Hello, everyone, and welcome to another interesting episode of Ladies Lounge. As usual, I have my guest. I have Data, my co-host, not guest, my co-host, Data. I have Delia looking beautiful. And also today, we have a man. Seriously, man.
Hey.
I've been asking for this for a long time. So we have our guest. His name is Indio. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Ladies Lounge, Indio.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's been fun so far. 2 minutes, yeah.
It's a pleasure. I know you. I'll give you some time to talk about yourself.
My name is Indio James. I'm a TV presenter with the Buzz TV. I'm also a music artist. A dream of mine that I left behind like 20 years ago when I decided to pick it up because I can't be telling my kids to be all they can be, and I didn't try it, so I gave it a shot. So I'm just doing some music for fun and just inspiring my kids, so I can confidently tell them that whatever they're interested in doing, they should just go ahead and give it their best. Yeah, it's it was a very interesting project. I put in everything into it, and we're shooting the video and having the artists on board, because what I'm trying to do as well is also work with upcoming artists that I believe in. So I put them on my platform as well and showcase. So I'll be working with a few more new upcoming artists, and then I can decide to sign a couple of them if I want to, and then see how it goes.
Fantastic. Where can we find your single? How can we?
It's on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere. TikTok is everywhere, and the music video is just been released on YouTube, and it's also playing on Vox TV. Just watch out. Indio James, Calm Down, featuring Big Mysterio, Lexi Grant, and Emmy. So it's a great video.
So is this like your full-time work now, or you have a daytime job?
I have a daytime job. I run NAMCO at Westminster. It's a corporate venue. We have lots of bumper cars, tennis, video games. It's a great place. It's lovely. It's a good place to have a date as well. So that's what I do. I have about 30 staff that I run.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I do from 10 to 5.
10 to 5, not 9 to 5. I'm so happy Indio is here, so he's gonna shed some light in the topic. So the topic is African community more accepting to diversity? Because we can see lots of people on social media like Patricia Bride. There's a lot of quite famous Black women or Black men as well who are not just sticking to getting married to a Black man. They're getting married to Asians, to whites, Caucasians. When I was coming to London, one thing my dad told me is like, don't go there and go and get married to a white man. That was one thing that my dad said. Because they had the impression that if you get married to a white, you're kind of lost. You sort of lose your Africanness. I don't know. And I know most parents, a few parents, people that I've discussed with as well, our parents or people with a different generation from ours weren't as accepting, I don't think. Kodila, what do you think?
I didn't have that.
Growing up, we had our own no-nos as well. My dad always say, you do not bring a white man and you do not bring Nigerian. I'm sorry, my Nigerian people, I love you. No Nigerian man, and please do not bring a white person. As you grow up, for me, I mean, I did bring something my dad absolutely adored and still adore, which I regret now. I did bring a Sierra Leonean, a Black person, a Sierra Leonean, somebody he appreciated. But on the question of interracial relationship, I think in Africa it all depends on like your family background. People back home, of course, see white people as saviors. So if you're married, like a lot of people, particularly people from disadvantaged backgrounds back home, if you're married to a white person, male or female, it's seen as you're gonna go and bring the bread home. It's something a lot of people aspire to, and it's something different and amazing. Yeah, you're gonna come and bring the money home, and our lives are gonna change. But I think people from more educated backgrounds, where not in all cases, but that's what I've realized. Just looking around me, people that I know that say the same thing. But in general, for me personally, now at my age, I think interracial relationship is a good thing. You can't help who you're in love with, although a lot of people would disagree with me on that. But if you find that person that really you're happy with and makes you tingle, you know, why not? Why not?
So are we more accepting now? Do you think people are more accepting of?
It depends. I think it depends. I don't think people are more accepting. I have my family, I mean, there's quite a mix in my family, if I have to say. Based on the experiences that people from my family kind of say, and I mean close members of my family, it depends where you are, but no, you know, it's not accepting both sides. Because for example, black men, they're not generally happy, are they, when they see a beautiful black sister with a white man? They see it as a sellout, and they feel like women are needed in, particularly in our black race, because we are the ones that produce, and they feel like, you know, it's important for black women in particular. I've had arguments about it actually, to stick with a black man so they can reproduce a black child and continue the legacy of being black. But however, they said it's okay for a black man to go have a child with a white woman, because that child.
How convenient.
I know, I know. I know. They said it's okay because they're going to bring the child home, but it's not always the case, I found out, actually.
I don't have a problem at all. I mean, my parents, I mean, they were both here.
Yeah.
I was born here, and then we went back to Nigeria. I don't have a problem, but I must say that I was one of those guys that used to go like, oh, I always did my sister, you know, because that's how I saw it, my mom and my sister. I wanted to have a woman like that. I made some sisters, but because I'm very laid back, I'm not a controlling kind of guy. I'm not, where are you going? What are you doing? I had problems with that. There were some of them would say, "Oh, I think we should just be friends. You're too good for me." I'm more. It might be because I always tend to go for very strong, independent kind of women. And probably those kind of women want a guy that can control them and tell them what to do. It's not me. I can fake it, but how long am I gonna be that guy? Because I'm not like that. You know, I love my space. I love my privacy and stuff. I can't do to someone what I wouldn't want someone to do to me. I mean, one in particular told me she felt like I didn't care about her. I don't love her because I don't ask her where she's going, where she's been. I don't even argue with her. We don't have arguments. But, you know, I kind of like thought, okay, well, I bet I need to open up and just see what the world has, because I can't restrict myself to just one race to meet my life partner. And I started dating out. That was the first time I ever tried. And weirdly, the first girl I dated out of the black race was a great date. So I kind of like opened up and I started dating up. And then my next kind of girl was an Indian girl, which I almost got married to her. You know, like it was great. Everything was deep until the dad got to know about it, called me up like 6 a.m. Will you leave my daughter alone? I will not forget that call. Yeah, but she was from a very wealthy family there, but he didn't like, so he kind of like cut her off. She was studying here. He stopped paying her school fees.
Wow.
You know, he still wanted to stick by me, but I felt like I didn't want to cut her off from her family. I could clearly see that it was affecting her. As soon as we broke up, she went back to India. I think 2 weeks later, there was a wedding. I really on Facebook. That's how so that was weird, but race doesn't matter to me, you know. The right person come, I think you should just see how it goes. You can't restrict yourself to one particular race to meet your life partner, because you don't know what God has in plan for you or who he has in line for you. So why restrict yourself?
So how do your parents react? How do your family react to either the Asian or the Caucasian girl?
My no difference. They just never told me not to date anybody out of my race. You know, like I told you, Caroline, that's the mother of my kids, and my mom. You know, they talk more than I do with my mom, so they get along pretty well with my sisters. You know, I don't have a problem when it comes to that.
You know, for us Africans, we have our food, right? So we have our pounded yam, we have egusi. And how do you cope when you're with a Caucasian or white girl or an Asian girl that can't really cook kind of food? How do you handle that?
Yeah, I think love conquers all, you know, Steph. I think love conquers all.
Yeah, love conquers.
It's either the guy would cook or the girl would learn, but they'll figure it out. I think when you get along with someone and you're in a relationship, I think that thing you have, you know, will make up for everything else.
The saying goes that when a black man gets a little money, he gets a white girl. What do you guys think about that?
In some instances, yeah, it's true, especially if the person obviously came out of, if the person wasn't really very privileged, all right, and
they came from a poor background or something, yeah?
Yeah, and struggling and then become successful. From his point of view, he wants to buy it because he feels the complex. He wants to take himself to that level of having a trophy wife, and it's few instances that happens. But sometimes I know I've had a chat with a lot of wealthy brothers and stuff, and some of them are intimidated by the sister. Yeah. So they want to, you know, most successful men, they have a rough day. They want to come back home and just rest and sleep.
So you think black women don't give men rest and sleep?
No, they do. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying
because you've said that twice in Dio.
Yeah,
strike one, strike two.
Is that a perception of black men or black women that, you know, if you want peace, go for a white woman. If you want drama, go for a black.
You implied that twice.
I'm just saying, yeah, but it's the truth. I'm just saying how they think.
Implying it. So two strikes.
They do. They do. But some of them still want to be maybe players, and most of the Caucasian girls don't really ask that much questions. They just try to figure out things and see how to sort out, find the right moment to have that conversation. But they know they can't mess around with the sister because the sister will tell you what you're doing, and they're scared of that. They know that you can't take them for a ride.
Is that because when you guys are with the Caucasian girls, you treat them far better than you do your sisters? You take your sisters for granted and you expect them to just take it. Things you probably normally would do with a sister, I think when these men are with the white women, they don't do it. They actually go out of their way to try to please the woman. Could it be that as a reason?
I don't know about that. I treat all sisters the same, but I don't know if that's the case with them.
I think because there's familiarity, you know, there's just something, you know, in terms of cultural, it doesn't matter which background of black they are, but the more closer they are to you, the more familiar you are with them, and generally they tend to be taken for granted. Because the way I've seen our brothers go with this Caucasian or other women, they don't generally tend to be the same with, you know, the sister, and we want to be treated in that same manner.